Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your man Earl. Guess what today is? Today is June 21st, 2023. If you have any kind of a calendar, which you should have, by the way, episode 172. Today is the official first day of summer. So, glory to God, we've made it another season shift, another seasonal change. And with that being said, today's subject matter is information overload. A lot of us get ourselves in a mental quagmire because we are consuming too much information. Now, that's not the same thing as knowledge. All right. And I'm going to read some numbers out to you so you can have an understanding of what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going to read some numbers to you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Now, why is that today's subject matter? Is because we live in an IT, information technology. We live in a world that says more is better. More is better. We live in a society that says more is better. I'm going to say it again. We live in a world. Well, I'm not going to say world. We definitely live in a society if you live in the States. Okay. We live in a society that says more is better. And if you have the most, you must be the best. That's not necessarily true. Okay. Because a lot of people have a whole bunch of nothing. And that's a different video. All right. So let's get some numbers. Okay. Once again, information overload. Be careful consuming information for the sake of consuming information. Why? Because 50% of the new information that you get within an hour of hearing it, you forget. What? That's what I just said. 50% of the new information that you get within an hour of learning it, you forget it. And then watch this. And then after 24 hours, you forget 70% of it. Well, Earl, how do you stop that? Remember, I keep telling everybody to journal, because if it's worth you sitting down and reading about it, if it's worth you going to a seminar and reading about it, if it's worth you going to school, get your CEs, continuing education, if it's worth your time, most importantly, if it's worth your time, you should write it down, journal it. So what? So you can go back and look at what you have learned. Okay, you should be able to go back and look at what you've learned. And this is, once again, these are success principles, and a lot of people don't care about becoming the best version of themselves. And so we have a very precise group of audience that we talk to. We're talking to people who want to be their best version of themselves. We talk to people that want to become, want to develop, want to advance. And one of the techniques of advancing is you journal. All right, that's a technique of advancing. If you want to become better, you should be journaling. No doubt about it. Okay. What's another one? Here's another one. Okay. And this was a huge one when we'll be done for today's video. You go to school for elementary school. You go to school for middle school. You go to school for high school. You go to school for college. You get your degree. You get your uh, diploma in whatever subject. You're a journeyman, all right? Whether you be an electrician, you get your apprentice card. Whether you be a cosmetologist, now you have your, I don't know if it's a diploma or a certificate, but you get it, right? Because you went to school. You spent the time in school, right? But watch this. We only end up using approximately 37% of the information that we learn in school. That is very disheartening when you think about it. Over the course of your life, you're only going to use about 37% of the information that you learned in school. Now, that's pretty interesting, okay? Because then the reverse of that says Well, why are we there so long every day? Why are we there for 8 hours a day? Why are we there for sometimes 9 hours a day? Well, it's because of indoctrination, and that's a different video. The majority of the time in school, you're being indoctrinated, you're not learning. And that's a different video. So watch how much information you're consuming. Watch how much information you are consuming. I'm going to say it again. Watch, be mindful, take note of all of the information that you are consuming, because a lot of the information that you think is important, corporate America, the educational system will tell you that 85% of the information that's being created, the data that's being recorded, being tracked, being stored, is useless. So be mindful this first day of summer. And once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this video. Be mindful of the information that you are consuming, because a lot of what we are consuming is absolutely pointless, absolutely useless. You're only going to use about a third of what you've learned in school. That is so challenging. And then you're only going to end up monetizing roughly 15% of the information. Why you say that word monetize, Brother Earl? Because in business, whatever you're doing, whatever you are servicing, whatever you are producing, you are doing it to create a income stream. So monetization is the fancy word for creating an income stream off of what you're doing or what you are producing or what you are servicing. All right. So, episode 172, first day of summer, June 21st, 2023. Information overload. Be mindful. God bless you. God keep you. Peace.